There is something oddly satisfying about watching a river of gold. From precise slicing to the... It begins here. The FL1867, a proprietary potato variety engineered specifically for fruit. Industrial harvesters sweep through the fields, lifting thousands of pounds of tubers per minute from the cool earth. Vibrating conveyors immediately sift out the loose soil, leaving only the raw ingredient. To maintain freshness, these potatoes must reach the factory within 24 hours of leaving the ground. Upon arrival, every load is weighed and logged. A single truck holds enough potatoes for over 10,000 bags of chips. Before unloading, lab technicians core sample the batch, testing for sugar content. Too much sugar means brown, burnt chips. Approved loads are docked at the hydraulic tilter. Gravity takes over as the entire truck is lifted toward the sky. 40,000 pounds of potatoes cascade into the receiving production line in seconds. The raw tubers enter the facility, ready for a transformation that takes less than 30 minutes. The potatoes plunge into the water flume system. Water acts as both transport and a gentle cushion. Density physics is the first filter. Potatoes float, while heavy field stones and rocks sink into the destoning trap. A screw conveyor automates the removal of debris, ensuring zero damage to the machinery downstream. Currents push the spuds through a trash grid, catching vines and large organic matter. Leaving the flume, they hit the shaker tables. Vibration separates the dirty water from the solid product. High-pressure jets blast away caked-on mud, preparing the skin for the peeling stage. Now clean and stone-free, they align single file for the abrasive peelers. Inside the drum peelers, the walls are lined with an abrasive grit, spinning at high velocity. Friction does the work here. The tumbling action sands off the paper-thin skin in seconds. Constant water showers flush the starch and skin slurry away to be recycled as animal feed.
Human spotters provide the first layer of quality control, removing any obviously rot-affected tubers.
Then, the Tomra optical sorter takes over. Lasers scan every millimeter of the potato surface. The system looks for green chlorophyll spots or internal bruising that the human eye might miss. A precise blast of compressed air knocks the rejected spuds into a waste chute instantly. Only the pristine potatoes ascend to the slicing deck. This is the heart of the operation, the Urschel CC slicers. The blades are honed to surgical sharpness, set to a gap of exactly 1.35 millimeters.
If the slice is too thick, it won't crisp, too thin, and it burns. The tolerance is microscopic.
For ruffles or wavy lays, the smooth blade head is swapped for a corrugated profile.
A continuous waterfall of raw slices rains down onto the transfer belt. Freshly cut, the slices are covered in released starch and natural sugars. Agitators gently tumble the slices to ensure every surface is rinsed without breaking the fragile potato. Clean slices emerge on a mesh conveyor, allowing the starch water to drain away. They shear off excess surface water. Water in the fryer lowers oil temperature and wastes energy. The slices are now surface dry and primed for the thermal shock of the fryer. The slices drop into the oil curtain. The temperature is strictly maintained at 365 degrees Fahrenheit. Rotating paddles guide the chips through the oil trough, ensuring a consistent cook time of exactly 3 minutes. A submerger belt keeps the buoyant chips underwater, preventing uneven cooking.
As the moisture content drops below 2%, the Maillard reaction turns the chips golden.
They emerge from the fryer crispy and hot, climbing the drip belt to shed excess oil. To be inspected effectively, the pile must be spread into a single layer using a vibratory shaker. The second optical sorting station scans the cooked chips. It looks for defects that only appear after frying, such as sugar burns or blisters. With surgical precision, air nozzles snipe the burnt chips out of the air. Rejects are collected for animal feed. Nothing is wasted. The survivors, over 95% of the batch, ride the bucket elevator toward the seasoning deck.
Cooling is carefully managed. If they are too hot, the seasoning melts. Too cold, it won't stick.
The seasoning tumbler, a rotating stainless steel drum designed to gently toss the chips. The tumbling action exposes every angle of the chip to the flavor cloud. Seasoning is dispensed in a calibrated curtain. For barbecue, it's a mix of sugar, tomato powder, and spices. Often, an electrostatic charge is applied to the powder, acting like a magnet to the oil on the chips. The warm oil on the surface bonds with the seasoning instantly. They exit the drum uniformly coated, with flavor variance of less than 1%.
Visual checks ensure the color matches the specific flavor profile standard.
The final leg of the journey takes them to the high-speed weighing deck.
The computer constantly weighs the chips in each bucket.
It calculates thousands of combinations per second to find the set of buckets that adds up to exactly 28 grams. The drop is calculated to be fast, but gentle enough to prevent breakage. The portion is now ready for the bag. The packaging starts as a flat roll of metallized film. The film flows over a forming shoulder, curling it into a continuous tube.
Before the chips land, a nozzle blasts nitrogen gas into the tube.
Nitrogen pushes out the oxygen. Oxygen causes staleness. Nitrogen keeps them crisp for months.
The heated jaws clamp down, sealing the top of one bag and the bottom of the next simultaneously. A perfect air-cushioned pillow drops onto the belt. That air is the protective nitrogen barrier.
Lasers etch the freshness date and manufacturing code at lightning speed.
Delta robots, moving like spiders, pick up the bags using vacuum suction cups.
They gently place the bags into shipping cases, optimizing the pattern to prevent crushing. The cases are sealed and labeled automatically. Heavy-duty robotic arms stack the boxes onto pallets, building a stable tower of chips.
The pallet is wrapped in stretch film to secure the load for transit.
Forklifts whisk the pallets away to the distribution warehouse.
This facility runs 24/7, producing millions of bags every single week.
Samples are ground down to test salt and seasoning concentrations. Moisture is the enemy. It must remain below 2% to guarantee shelf life. Bags are submerged in vacuum tanks to check for even the microscopic pinhole leaks.
And finally, the most advanced sensor of all, the human palate. Professional tasters verify the crunch and flavor profile.
That signature snap is the sound of success.
From the farm to this very moment, that signature Lay's crunch ensures perfection in every single bite. This is the engineering marvel inside every bag of Lay's.